Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. And right now, we are at we're going over the Iron Snow campaign, the story of Green Goblin as a Marvel hero, which is pretty interesting. So the gold player is running Green Goblin, and basically he has just witnessed Storm strike um, Cyclops with a thunderbolt. And the reason she did that was Cyclops had threatened Jubilee, right? Cyclops loses control of his eye blast. He was fully powered up and he blows his own head off with his eye blast because it recursively enters back to him from his visor because he doesn't want to shoot out at because he actually doesn't want to target and shoot Jubilee. So Cyclops kills himself with his own eye blast because he was hit by lightning from Storm. So Storm didn't mean to kill him, but she did hit him full in the chest with a lightning bolt, which is not enough to kill Cyclops. But you know, with him holding all of his eye blast, it was enough. He dies. Okay. So at this point, chaos breaks out, and immediately the pink X-Men and the blue X-Men begin to fight. Now, who are the pink X-Men and who are the blue X-Men? So pink is supporting Jubilee. Blue is supporting dead Cyclops, right? So people start fighting in every direction, right? And immediately, from the top of the Capitol building, Green Goblin shouts out and says, "Hey, everybody, you guys are heroes, man. You got to stop this," right? And I will say, and so one, I'm kind of like, this is really I find this very fascinating, right? Because to me, this has been brewing for a while, right? Him just shouting out, "Everybody, don't fight," is not going to do anything, right? I don't think, as a dungeon master, that there should be any possibility of a war stopping because Green Goblin's like, "Hey, everybody, remember your heroes." But here's the thing. I'm the dungeon master, right? He's the dragon master. He's playing his character, right? And the reality is characters can always change the world. So I gave him a target 18 logic, okay? Now, only has a +1 logic, which means he needs a 6, 6, and a 5, right? Now, he also he can use one edge, right? So there's a possibility to get this done. But he failed, right? He failed his roll, and nothing happens there. At that point, about a minute passes of full on the blue X-Men fighting the pink X-Men going on, right? Well, finally, Cyclops is there, and the Avengers arrive, right? And so specifically, Captain America and with Hulk standing right next to him, drop down to where Cyclops' body is, and Captain America says, "Everybody," they actually boom his the Avengers have tech, right? Now we're only seeing Captain America and actually I shouldn't say the Avengers show up. Captain America and Hulk show up, right? And he uses like a megaphone for his voice. Now, he doesn't need a megaphone. He can just speak and like everybody can hear him because he has Tony tech, right? So he says, "Hey, everybody, Rogue, I see you up there on the Capitol building." And Green Goblin is standing right next to her, right? And he's like, "Hey, you just killed Cyclops. You're under arrest. And I, Captain America, are taking you under arrest for the murder of X-Men leader Cyclops," right? Now, people are still continuing to battle, right? And so he gets this out. He stands there for about 5 seconds. And then Jubilee's team. So Jubilee has created a new X-Men, right? It's her. It's Rogue. It's I'm sorry. Wait. Yeah. Let me get all the way through. It's Jubilee. It's Psylocke. It's Nightcrawler. And it is Rogue, right? And then they had wanted to get a fifth member who was not a mutant, but they weren't able to get that, right? So here's what happens, right? I'm sorry. Also Storm. I'm sorry. Let me back it up. It's Storm, not Rogue. Although Rogue is allied to Jubilee and is fighting with her, right? Okay, so the original, so Storm is part of the original new X-Men team that Jubilee is putting together, which is really interesting. So finally, right, so basically, Then Captain America is standing there, you know, calling out, and Jubilee brings her team in, right? So first of all, so you know what? I got the members wrong there. There are X-Men allied to Jubilee's team. Okay, Jubilee bamfs in with Nightcrawler right next to Captain America and Hulk, right? And brings X23 with her. X23 immediately, because they have a surprise, because they got a surprise round, right, for initiative, right? Because they literally bamfed in and surprised Captain America. But this blew me away. Listen to this. So Jubilee bamfs in with Nightcrawler and X23, and X23 stabs Captain America directly in the chest. Two spikes on the left, right through his heart. Two spikes on the right through his left lung, right? So X23 puts spikes, double spikes, both hands, Captain America, right? So one, I'm trying to explain, you know, like, and the Gold player understands this at this point. It's on like Donkey Kong. Like this war is happening. The blue pig X-Men war is fully on, right? Cyclops is already dead, right? And Jubilee is pushing all the way through. She wants leadership, right? And she also knew that this was going to come to blows, right? So this isn't surprising her. X23 stabs Captain America directly in the heart, and through the lung, right? And then, and we're going around, and so Green Goblin, his response to this is to fly down, to literally just fly down, and he can't, and actually does not take. Oh, and yeah, he flies down and to that position, and then finally he says, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, he flies down to that position where Captain America is, but he's not able to take an action, right? He's only just able to get there by movement, and he kind of forgoes his action because he doesn't want to attack anyone, right? And finally, it gets to Hulk's turn, and Hulk grabs X23. He grabs her by the waist, and he puts his other hand on her head, and he says, "You pull those claws out of Captain America's body, and I'll rip your head clean off your body." Right? If you pull your claws out of the wounds you've made, I will pull your head clean off your body. Now, I did have to tell him, hey, this is in Hulk smash speak, because this is not Smart Hulk. This is Hulk smash Hulk, right? Like, so, and that's it. So that's where we end, with X23 currently with her her claws directly through Captain America, and through his heart and through his lungs, right? He's not dead, but and by the way, his turn gets there, and he's like, he literally does nothing because X23 has claws through his heart, right? And even with super serum, that don't feel good. So we end right there. Thank you for letting me share this with you. I will continue with where we go next. Thank you very much, and I'll continue from there. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion on Marvel Iron Snow campaign, Marvel Multiverse RPG Iron Snow campaign. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.